Hey everyone, welcome back. Recently I uploaded a few videos about Mary Kay. I talked about some of the products that do work, that they don't work for me, and recently I uploaded a video where I mentioned that 4 reasons that why I think that Mary Kay could not be working for you. And I hope that you watched that video. If you haven't, I have it on the top of the screen right now. In this one, I'm gonna talk about some of the comments that I got in those videos about Mary Kay consultants lying to their customers. I think there is a few things that you can do to avoid this if you had this experience, and I just want to share with you my experience as well. So I hope that if you had any bad experiences with Mary Kay consultants, if you feel like they were lying to you or whatever the case may be, hopefully I can give you an idea or other things to consider before, saying that they're all liars or they're all trying to sell you and they don't care about you or your skin, or that the company, it's not good. Well, I hope that this video can help you see things in a different way, and then you can decide for yourself if it's, still something that you don't want to support, or you don't want to purchase, or you don't want anything to do with the company. So I am not a Mary Kay consultant. I do not sell these products. I do not get any commission if you buy these products. I do not have any ties with the company. If I sell, if I don't even put links anymore in the description box down below, because I've been accused of making money out of this, recommendations that I do here. So it's sad because I would like to share with you those links so you can read about them instead of having to look them up. But again, some people were taking it the wrong way. Well, let's get started. The first reason, or the first thing that somebody mentioned that they felt like the Mary Kay consultant lied to them was with the 100% money back guarantee. I mentioned in one of those videos that if Mary Kay doesn't work for you, then you don't have to worry about it, because you can take it back and they will refund your money. You can take it back and exchange it for other products. Maybe that is not the right formula. Some people were mentioning that in different countries the policy is different. I have to say, from my experience, I am from a third world country that is a 3.5 million population, so we're not even that big. And I remember over 20 years ago, that was one of the main things, because Mary Kay was so expensive for a third world country that they had to promote that guarantee that if it doesn't work for you, they will exchange it, and if not, refund your money. There was some people, well, there was a lady who told me about El Salvador that they don't get that. I think it's a little bit of misinformation there, because the quality or the guarantee comes from the company. So if I were you, before purchasing a product, I would have this conversation with my Mary Kay consultant. I would talk to her and ask her, what is your policy for returns? What is your policy for exchange? What is, especially if you live here in the US, you know that here you can return pretty much anything that you can think of. I've seen people returning a bag of potatoes because one of them, it was bad and it was 99 cents. I mean, here you can return pretty much anything, and I think that we are spoiled in that way. And I'm not saying that it should change, because that's how they keep themselves in business, and people buying because they have that in their mind that if it doesn't work they can return it, so they buy a lot of things, and then it's just how it works here in the States. But before you make a purchase, if you're living somewhere else, I would talk to my Mary Kay consultant and make sure of that. If you're still iffy about it, I would contact Mary Kay in your country and make sure that they have somewhere where you can send the products if they don't work for you. It's a company policy. It's not a consultant policy. It should be a consultant policy. You should be able to return it to your consultant, but there's something else that you can do if that's not the case. So I feel like the Mary Kay consultants are not, well, most of them are not lying about this warranty. But I feel like sometimes they're not even informed, or they're not even sure how to manage this, because they don't lose money. The company will send them back the products. It's not that they will lose money. Maybe it's a hassle, but they won't lose the money. So maybe you feel that way, that they're not being 100% truthful, but I think it kind of depends on the country too. If the if the consultants are aware or are promoting that or not. But just so you know, if you don't feel like that person is being truthful to you, you shouldn't be purchasing from them. That's just common sense. I wouldn't be purchasing stuff from somebody that I think it's lying to me or that I think it's not being truthful, especially when I ask specifically about the issue. So please beware. If you feel that way, you are 100% right, and you should find somebody else where you can buy those products from, who you can purchase those products from, and move on. But just don't feel like it's the company. You know, there is people that will be doing the wrong thing everywhere. So it has nothing to do with the company, but maybe your experience with that specific person. But with all this information, you can make a more educated purchase in the future. Another thing is that people kept telling me that the consultants lied and said that the product will work within 10 days. You will get rid of the acne within 2 weeks. You will, okay, that's a huge problem, I think, everywhere. I'm not saying this is only in Mary Kay. I think Ulta, Sephora, and they kind of are very careful of what they promise to you. But I feel like that's the kind of thing that would tell you that it's not an experienced person. Because you can tell somebody, okay, you know, I've sold 25 of these sets and I've seen that many people get results within 10 days. So I do understand how you can feel like you're being lied to when it comes day number 10 and it hasn't fixed your skin. That is a silly thing to say, because within 10 days, it's probably impossible at this point, or in my experience, to fix your skin 100%. So I think it's a little bit foolish for the consultant to say those things. And at the same time, I just feel like they're not professional enough to realize that the product should work within 10 days. If the company says that it should work within 10 days, but this doesn't mean that it's going to work for everyone. So keep those things in mind. If somebody is promising you that it will work 100% in 10 days, they probably have misinformation. And they probably, because knowing that you can return the product, you know, it's just one of those things that why would you say something that it's not 100% right when you know that they can come back in 10 days and say, I don't want this. I feel like there's a lot of people that it's not a Mary Kay consultant but still sell the product, which is forbidden by the company. I mean, that's something that they have very strict policies about that. But I feel like that's how the Mary Kay consultants get the bad reputation, because there's people out there that shouldn't be selling the product and they are just stating things because they don't know better. They didn't have any kind of training, they haven't read any books, they haven't done their research, they're just trying to sell a product to make a profit. And that takes me for my point number 3, that the person that sold you the Mary Kay product is charging you more than they should. Now, that is something that I'm gonna say 99.9% of the time doesn't happen with a Mary Kay consultant. If you have that experience, it sucks, but they're usually people that claim to be consultants, but they're just selling the product. That is something that Mary Kay doesn't allow in the company. They don't allow people to be salesmen. You have to be a Mary Kay consultant, you know, get the set that you get when you first start, with all the information, with all. So if you choose not to go to your meetings, you still have all the information you need to get started, you know, about the products, about how you should sell and stuff like that. So I feel like there is a lot of things that there's a lot of people who is selling this product that they're not consultants. So let's say they get this product for, let's say I have this pen, I give it to my friend and say, hey, if you sell this pen for $1, I will give you 20 cents. And so that person finds somebody who's really interested in this pen, and they're like, oh my goodness, it has both sides. I've never seen something like this. I really want to buy this pen. And so since the person is excited to purchase it, they say, okay, I'm going to sell it to you for $150. And that's where the problem starts, because now they're making more profit. The person that is selling this product is making 70 cents instead of the 20 cents that the person that gave them the pen, in this case, promised them, but they're making more. So I feel like if you had that experience where people were overpricing their Mary Kay products, I think that you've been, I don't know how to say it, but it's usually, most of the time, because I don't want to say 100%, but most of the time is people that it's not a consultant, that maybe they don't work anymore for the company, and maybe they bought it somewhere and they just want to get rid of it and sell it at regular price, because there's people that's been doing that on Amazon, on eBay, and everywhere. So yeah, I mean, you will find people like that. More than likely, they're not going to be consultants. And how can you tell? You can't. Okay, unless you look them up online, unless they have a web page or something like that, you can't really tell who is a consultant and who's not a consultant, because you may have been in one 10 years ago, but now you don't necessarily have to be a consultant if you're not purchasing products constantly from the company. So if that happens to you, make sure that you do your research before purchasing the product. Go online, check it out. Go to marykay.com/ I think it's US if you're here, whatever you are. Look up the webpage, Mary Kay webpage in your area. Look up a Mary Kay consultant. If you're not 100% sure that the person that is selling you the product, you feel not okay with her, look it up by a zip code. At least here in the US it's like that. They will recommend you somebody who's been working, who's been ordering product, who's very active in the company, and that way you will have a different experience, hopefully. Remember that it's nothing about the company, but it's about the people that is doing the business. So it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone will be professional and everything, but you will have more chances of using every single or getting every single benefit for purchasing directly from somebody who does give you the 100% money back guarantee, that will take the time to exchange the products if they don't work for you, and that, you know, at least you'll have an idea too when you go on the website to see how much the product is. So when somebody comes here and tells you this is more than $1 and you saw it in the catalog for $1 and they want to sell you for $1.50, then you'll know that that person is not to trust, and maybe you just can stay away from them if you feel like they're not being truthful to you. This is all to say that again, I'm not a consultant and I do not make any money. I just feel like sometimes companies can get a bad reputation for people that it's working in the company, and that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the beliefs of that particular company. So just beware, be an informed consumer, do your research, go online. You know, if you have to think about it, they do a facial on you, but you have to think about it, well, think about it. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to make a decision right there. You should be informed. You should be 100% happy. You should know what you're purchasing or what you're getting yourself into. So I hope that this information was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that you want to add, please leave it in the comments down below. If you're new and you want to watch more Mary Kay videos, I'll have a playlist on the top of the screen right now. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, so you can keep up with the new videos. Thanks again for watching, guys. Again, I hope that I didn't insult anybody with what I share with you in these videos. I am not trying to make you feel bad, or I'm just trying to share with you different scenarios and different things that you can do to fix that problem that I read in different comments. Thanks again for watching. Now I'm leaving. See you in my next one.